A few years ago, building a proper website for your product meant two options: write the code yourself or hire someone who could. But as a solo founder who just built my own product, I don't have time to wait. I needed a new product website fast, with clear messaging, a clean structure, and analytics running on day one. So this year, I rebuilt my entire product website in Figma site. No code, no separate dev environment, no team, just me using the same design tool I already worked every day. And honestly, it changed how I think about building products as a solo founder. In this video, I walk you through the exact workflow I used, why I made decisions I made, what works, what didn't, and how you can apply the same approach whether you are a founder or a designer. So let's jump in. And before this rebuild, I was almost certain I'd use a Framer. I still love Framer. I use it for client projects and it's incredibly powerful. But as a solo builder, the real question wasn't which tool is better. It was which tool removes the most friction for me right now. Fewer tools, fewer context switches, fewer assets to export, fewer moving parts. Since I already pay for Figma and use it for Jam's design system, I asked myself, what if I could design and ship in the same place? So I gave Figma site a proper try. And it turned out to be more capable than I expected. You design your layout exactly as you do in any Figma mockup. You set out pages, links, responsive type, interactions. You just press publish and it's live online. That's it. It makes you realize something important. The boundary between design and development isn't disappearing. It has already disappeared. So this is the part that actually matters, the workflow, not the tool, not how to click this button, but the thinking behind the decisions. Let's deep dive in those steps I did. For the first step, I didn't open Figma first. I opened the ChatGPT because if your message is unclear, your design will be unclear. And I asked AI to help me map the site structure, clarify the problem Jam solves, define the audiences, write English and Chinese content, analyze competitor patterns, and propose a first draft narrative. Since I already had stored Jam's product data inside ChatGPT, it takes less than 2 hours to generate everything that I need. The early clarity probably saved me 5 to 8 hours of unnecessary layout revisions and content recreation later. And step 2, before touching the pixels, I sketched layouts on paper. I use my notebook a lot, so this is still I highly recommend for doing that. Even with all the AI tools we have, information architecture is still a human responsibility. AI can brainstorm ideas, but it cannot decide your business priority, your story order, your storytelling order, your hero message, or which friction you need to remove it. So this part is still all you. And the next step, once the structure felt right, I built a tiny design system. So typography, spacing rows, colors, components, page templates. I asked the AI for bilingual typography recommendations. It suggested Source Sans and Inter. Yeah, both great. But I chose IBM Plex Sans because it gives a consistent tone in both English and Chinese and seems quite fit the technology background of this app. And the key here is not aesthetics, it's future-proofing. And yeah, if you add new pages next month, you don't want everything to break. And next step, out of the, it's also one of the most underrated tricks. Set your type breaking points first. So yeah, start to think responsive for day one, at first. For example, set up 48 pixel on desktop, and when it's moved to mobile, 32 pixel equivalent font size. And this tiny decision means your site becomes naturally responsive, and instead of forcing you to manually fix mobile layouts later. So I learned this from the Figma Creators course years ago and still works perfectly inside Figma site today. And step 5, next one, staging, production, workflow. So I always keep a staging file. So when I do web design, same. When I do Figma, probably a page. And that messy playground where I test variations, colors, copy, layout, everything. And sometimes even just collect some competitor screenshots. So everything on that page. When the final structure is stable, I copy the clean version into a production file and press publish. Yeah, as simple as that. It's the same workflow I use in big teams, just simplified for one person. And this is how solo founders avoid chaos. Step 6, interactions, animation, and also some limitations. So Figma site is in beta for now. So yeah, there are limits. So you can't add complex prototype behaviors, or you can't add custom JavaScript or any other code, or you can't get any fancy animations. But you do get clean navigation, page linking, click, hover interactions, scroll behaviors, iframe embeds, SEO metadata, analytics integration. So for an early stage product website, that's more than enough. And I even embedded my newsletter form and it just worked. And next one, I think, the entire build took around 20 hours. So basically 2 days. And that's unbelievable if you compare it to the old way, where a marketing site can take weeks, involve 3 people or more, and require endless handoff. But the speed wasn't the biggest surprise. What surprised me was the agency. I didn't need to wait for a developer, open another tool, fight with code constraints, rewrite my design for engineering feasibility. I could go from concept to structure to visuals and finally get a live trackable website in literally a weekend. And it made me realize something important about building in 2026. We are not limited by technology anymore. We are limited by how clearly we think. AI and no-code tools are amplifiers. They remove friction, they accelerate execution, but the decisions, tone, structure, clarity, emotion are still the part that only you can provide. So, if you want to try this yourself, here are a few things I recommend. 1. Start with text, not layout. AI can help you clarify your message. Clear writing leads to clear design and lead to faster shipping. And number 2, build a staging file. Freedom early prevents chaos later. And number 3, set your responsive typography first. It saves hours and prevents visual inconsistency. And number 4, add analytics from day one. Real number beats options. Just add the Google Analytics code into that. Quite simple, just a few minutes, and you will get real data from day one. And number 5, don't outsource your thinking to AI. Automation is great for speed, terrible for judgment. You still need to lead. You still need to make decisions. This is your responsibility, right? So, rebuilding Jam's website reminded me why I love being a designer, also as a solo maker. It's not just the speed, it's the freedom, the ability to ship your idea without waiting for permission. If you've used Figma site, Framer, or any other no-code tool to build your product, share your site or your story in the comments. I'd love to see how you're building. I'm there, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.